The night Marcus realized how tired he was came not at home, but in the glow of his office computer at 9:47 p.m., long after everyone else had left. The cleaning lights hummed softly as he stared at his phone, rereading a message from his daughter's school about an unpaid field trip. His chest tightened. He rubbed his eyes, stood up, and promised himself he would figure it out like he always did. Then a voice behind him said his name, calm and unexpected, and his life quietly shifted. Marcus Hill was a single father who measured time in lunches packed, alarms snoozed, and bedtime stories finished even when exhaustion pressed on his bones. His wife had died 3 years earlier after a sudden illness, leaving him with a 6-year-old daughter, Lily, and a world that did not slow down to grieve with him. He worked as a data analyst at a mid-sized tech firm, competent but invisible, reliable but never noticed. He left early to pick up Lily. He declined happy hours. He did not flirt. Survival did not leave much room for romance. His boss, Claire Whitman, was the opposite in the office imagination. She was confident, sharp, and admired. She walked fast, spoke clearly, and led meetings like someone who had learned to trust her own voice. To Marcus, she was simply professional and fair. She approved his flexible hours without complaint. She praised his work in brief, sincere emails. That was enough. On that quiet night, Claire stood behind him holding her coat, clearly surprised to see him still there. She asked why he hadn't gone home. Marcus shrugged and said deadlines didn't care about bedtime. She smiled faintly, the kind of smile that carried tiredness behind it. Then she hesitated, as if weighing a thought she did not often share. She told him she had a strange question. Not a work question. A personal one. Marcus tensed politely, unsure where this was going. Claire took out her phone, unlocked it, and turned the screen toward him. It showed a dating profile. Her dating profile. She laughed softly, embarrassed in a way he had never seen. She said her friends had set it up and it was not working. Too stiff, too corporate, too lonely. She said he was good with words and people, even if he hid it. She asked if he would take a look. Marcus wanted to refuse. Lines mattered. Comfort zones mattered. But something in her voice was honest, almost vulnerable, and he nodded. He leaned closer, careful not to touch her phone, and began to read. The profile listed accomplishments, hobbies that sounded more impressive than joyful, and photos where she looked strong but distant. He told her the truth gently. It read like a resume, not a person. He suggested she talk about what made her laugh, what scared her a little, what she hoped would be different this time. Claire listened, eyes intent, as if no one had spoken to her this way in years. They sat at opposite sides of the desk, rewriting lines together. She asked questions. He answered carefully. He told her dating was less about selling yourself and more about inviting someone in. When they finished, she leaned back, reread it, and smiled, not the polished smile she used in meetings, but something warmer and real. Then she looked at him and said, almost teasing but serious underneath, "Why not take me out?" The words landed between them like a held breath. Marcus felt panic rise first. Power imbalance. Workplace gossip. His daughter. His grief. He opened his mouth to explain all the reasons it was a bad idea. Claire raised a hand, not to stop him, but to give him space. She said she respected him and would understand a no. She said she had not meant to corner him. She just knew that in that hour, she had felt seen, and it had been a long time since that happened. Marcus went home that night unsettled. Lily was asleep, her stuffed bear tucked under her chin. He sat on the edge of her bed and felt the familiar ache of missing his wife, of feeling disloyal even thinking about another woman. He remembered promises he had made in grief, about never moving on, about protecting Lily from more loss. He also remembered promises he had made to himself, about not letting life pass him by entirely. The next morning, he declined the invitation. Politely, honestly. He said work boundaries mattered and his life was complicated. Claire accepted it with grace, thanked him for his help, and did not bring it up again. The office returned to normal. Weeks passed. Work piled up. Lily's field trip came and went, paid for by Marcus skipping lunches. He attended a school event where parents stood in couples and he stood alone, smiling anyway. One night Lily asked him if he was lonely. The question was simple and devastating. He told her sometimes, but loving her made it okay. A few days later, Marcus overheard co-workers whispering that Claire had gone on several dates and none had gone well. She looked more tired lately. Less polished. More human. In a meeting, she snapped at someone and apologized immediately after, which was unlike her. One evening, Claire emailed Marcus asking if he could stay late to review a project. When he arrived, she thanked him and then surprised him by asking about Lily. Really asking. Not politely. She listened as he talked about bedtime routines and science projects. She shared that she wanted a family someday but felt like she had missed the window while building her career. The conversation felt different this time. Balanced. Mutual. When she apologized for the earlier invitation, Marcus surprised himself by saying it had not offended him. It had scared him. And sometimes fear meant something mattered. They decided to try again, slowly, carefully, outside work, with full transparency. One coffee. No expectations. That coffee turned into a walk. The walk turned into laughter. Claire did not mind that Marcus checked his phone for Lily updates. Marcus did not mind that Claire talked about her insecurities beneath her confidence. They agreed to keep work professional. They agreed Lily came first. They agreed honesty was not optional. The challenges came quickly. Office rumors surfaced anyway. Marcus worried constantly about how it looked. Claire struggled with stepping back in meetings where Marcus spoke, afraid of seeming biased. Lily was cautious, polite, watching everything with wise eyes. One night, Lily asked if Claire was going to disappear like her mother had. Marcus held her and told her no one could replace her mom, and no one would force their way into their life. Claire heard about the question later and cried alone in her car, wondering if she was selfish for wanting this. The turning point came when Lily had a school play and Marcus's car broke down. Claire showed up, not in heels or a blazer, but in jeans, sitting quietly in the back row. She did not take photos. She did not interrupt. She simply clapped the loudest when Lily bowed. Afterward, Lily hugged her without hesitation. Months later, Marcus realized something had changed inside him. He was still tired. Still careful. But he was no longer alone. Claire was still his boss, still strong, but she had learned to soften without shrinking. They faced challenges together, talked through fear, set boundaries, and respected each other's worlds. The story did not end with a proposal or a dramatic gesture. It ended with a small moment on a couch, Lily asleep between them, Claire's head on Marcus's shoulder, and a quiet understanding that love does not arrive perfectly timed or neatly packaged. Sometimes it starts with help freely given, honesty bravely shared, and the courage to say yes when fear says no. And for Marcus, that was more than enough. Suba ka wakt Marcus kuliya hamesha race jaisa hodada. Alarm bajta, wo turantath jata, Lily kuliya breakfast banata, uski bal thik karta, or for office kuliya nikalta. Lekinas din sab kuch wahi od hubi alag lag rahada. Claire ka chera, uski muskurahat, or wo Saul, why not take me out, uski dimak se jahai nahi rahada. Usan kud ko samjaya ku usan sahi fais lakiya hai, lekin dil ku jishi kon main ek hockey si chuban ti, jays jishi mok ko chod dia ho. Office pahunch kar Marcus ne apni kam main kud ko puri tera jonk dia. Reports, data sheets, emails, sab kuch bina ruki. Claire ne ustin usi serve professional and as main bot key. Na koi zyada muskurahat, na koi personal bot. Par Marcus notice kar raha the ku wo thodi si thaki hui lag rahi ti. Meetings main uski awaz mazbut ti, lekin ankon main wo chamak nahi ti jo peli hoti ti. Marcus ne kud se kaha kuya uska masla nahi, lekin dil furbi bechan raha. Shem ko jab Marcus Lily ko school se lena gaya, Lily ne kar main akanak pucha, papa, aap hamesha itna kam kyun kardi ho. Marcus kuch seconds chup raha. For usan kaha, tak tumhain jishi cheese ki kami mesuz na ho. Lily ne sita uski taraf deka or kaha, mui cheesan se zyada aap chahi. Yebat Marcus kusin main yudergai. Usi laga jays and dagi usi keh rahi ho kusurf simadari hai sab kuch nahi hodi. Aglay din office main ek problem kadi ho gai. Ek important project ka data galat ho gaya the or puri team panic main t. Claire par pressure the or yipper se management ku calls aa rahi thay. Marcus ne bina kahe zimadari athai. Usan rat bar kam karka masla solve kia. Jab suba Claire ne solution deka, wo kuchtar tak chuprahi. For usan surf, thank you nahi kaha, bake kaha, mui nahi pada mania bina tum hair kai's handle kardi. Ustin pali bar Marcus ne Mrs. Kia ku wo surf ek employee nahi, bake ek insan hai jisa Claire barosa kardi hai. Lunch break main Claire ne kud akar uski pas bathan ki ijazat mangi. Unhan ne kam ku alawa bat ki, zindagi ku bear main, choti batan par. Claire ne bataya ku kam ku alawa uski pas kuchkaz nahi, or Marcus ne bataya ku lili uski danaya hai. Dano ne Mrs. Kia ku unki tanhai muktalif ot hubi ek jasi hai. Magar mushkiline abi shuru hui ti. Office ku kuch lagan ne notice kar liya ku Claire or Marcus zayada bat karn lage hain. Whispers shuru ho gai. Marcus dar gaya ku kahinya sab lili tak napahunch jaya uski job parasar na paid. Claire be confused t. Usi dar the ku agar usandil ki suni, to log uski position par sol utha yenj. Ekshem Claire ne Marcus ko message kia, surfit nalika, aaj ka din bohat mushkilda. Marcus ne pali bar bina zayada soch reply kia, agar bat karni ho to main hoon. Wo dano ek cafe main mile, jahan koi office ka nahida. Wahan Claire ne pali bar apni kem zori daikei. Usan kaha ku strong diked wo thak chuki hai. Marcus ne be apna dard bataya, apni biwi ki yadin, or wo gilt jo usi har kushi se dor raktada. Us rat dano ne koi wada nahi kia. Koi future plan nahi banaya. Surfya samja kuzindagi main kabi sahi cheese galat wakt par aa jadi hai, or himat isi main hodi hai ku us wakt ko samja j, naku usi baga j. Chapter 2 Yahin Kadam Hoda Hai, Jahan Marcus or Claire Ek Ne Mod Par Kari Hain. Abi Rasta Mushkil Hai, Saul Bohat Hain, or Jawab Kam. Lekin Pali Bar, Dano Ko Lagda Hai Kushayad Yakahani Surf Dard Ki Nahi, Yumid Kibi Ho Sakti Hai.